Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. You know, when you do something illegal or something that will violate a policy or something, you have this kind of attitude. Psychologically, when you look at people and they look at you, you think that they know, or that you think that they suspect that they know something that they probably had no idea what's going on. There's no connection, but you think. Why? Because you know you did something, and then there's the initial mind process, like, oh, why is he looking at me like this? Oh, why is she talking to me right now? She knows I did that. Or why is the cop stopping me right now? Is the cop going to arrest me because he knew that I did this 3 years ago or something? So that happens when you did something, or you are involved in something, or you're in the process of doing something illegal, or, as I said, violating a policy or something. You think that everybody knows, and everything that happens around you at that point, you are relating it to that. That's connected to that. Oh, that's connected to that. Because you're under the pressure. Now, here, everything. Things that, in this case, explosions in Russia, any explosion that occurs on the territory of Russia is connected to, must be a sabotage. Someone blew that up. Now, you can't help thinking that way when Russia is at war with 40 other countries, if you know what I mean. And all of a sudden, the biggest refinery in Siberia is blown up the second time. An accident occurred, a fire, an explosion. You can't really be so dumb to say nothing. Couldn't possibly be any relationship between that refinery, the biggest, being blown up or sabotaged by some people that don't like us, that we are at war with. No, I mean, you think, you know, under the situation, I think it's very possible. Second time in a month, I think. So let's see what's going on here. All right, here it is. This article comes from Ukrainska Pravda, and it's from today, December 15th, 2022. Siberia's largest oil refinery on fire second time this month. Fatalities reported. So what do you think? Well, you think, well, let's see. Could have been an accident? Yeah. Could have been a sabotage move? Yeah. What else could it be? I don't know. An accident or an act, a purposely, conducted act of sabotage. What else could that be? The second time in a month. Now, remember, this is the largest refinery. We're talking about here about energy, about oil caps, about sanctions, energy, sanctions on Russia's energy. So don't you think it's a little bit more towards a little, I don't know, attack than just a coincidental blown up because the Russian drank too much vodka last night or this morning? Do you think so? I mean, the evidence, the circumstances, not the evidence, the circumstances based on evidence lean a little bit towards more about being an attack than being a coincidental event second time in a month during a war, and this guy's fighting your resources, trying to limit the sale of your resources where you get a revenue to support your war machine and Putin's ladies of the night. All right, I'm thinking this is not, it's just we're analyzing this guy's reporting here at night. Oh, that's even more. It's not during the day, the accident. It's during the night. So again, what do you think? If it would be an accident, so you got 50-50. Maybe you don't have 50-50 because it's more, I mean, where this is located, let's say it's 50-50. I'm talking about, but night, how much you're going to get night? 9 o'clock starts the night, or 11 o'clock p.m. Until what? 6 o'clock a.m. is night? All right, so that's a third of the day. All right, so you got a third chance that's an accident. An explosion occurs in at the refinery a second time in a month. Okay, so you got second time in a month, war, oil caps, right, by the Europeans or whatever other weasels, right, and you have it in the middle of the night, not during the day. Why do accidents happen in the night? Do you think that the oil has a problem in the night, becomes more nuttier or something, or what's happening in the night? You know what I mean? What are the conditions to? So that's another, oops, red flag. At least for me, it's true that these are just, you try to figure out what happened, right? So you say, okay, night. Why night and not day? Well, we don't know, but it's kind of like 1/3, and you got that one. At night, on 14 to 15 December, an explosion occurred in the Russian city of Amgarsk, Irkutsk Oblast, and a major fire broke out at an oil refinery, killing 2 people and injuring 5. Well, it's interesting. At night, this guy's being blown up right there by the accident. Maybe they were working or something. Who knows? Igor Kobzev, governor of the region, on Telegram said this. And I'm quoting, a major fire at the technological installation of the industrial site of the Angarsk petrochemical company in Amgarsk. Unfortunately, 2 employees were killed in an explosion and fire on the territory of the ANKHK. Details. According to the Russian governor, 5 more people were injured and 1 person was hospitalized in a moderate condition. There are a lot of Telegram videos showing, one of them even the explosion. Well, I mean, you see the explosion and then a big fire. You don't see anything coming, obviously, or going, but they are available. The fire caused about 2,500 square meters, and more than 100 people and 25 pieces of equipment were involved in extinguishing it. The fire covered about. Now, later Kobzev said that the fire was contained. According to the Ministry of Emergency of the Russian Federation, the preliminary cause of the incident was gas contamination of the technological installation systems. Well, let's talk about that one. Remember when the flagship of the Russian, fleet in the Black Sea, Moskva, was hit? What did they say? The Russians said, oh, it was an explosion of ammunition on board, right? Why did they say that? Because it was embarrassing for them to say that they were so vulnerable to an attack from a Neptune missile sent by the Ukrainians with the help of their sponsors, all right? That was the initial one. It was embarrassing. And then they say, okay, now that happened, we're going to retaliate somehow. Did they retaliate it? I don't think so. They did what? Got the Snake Island or something? Pfft, okay, and then they gave it back, or retreated, or ran away, however you want to call that little thing, right? So then the same thing when the Ukrainians hit, or whomever, Americans or British, whatever, hit the Crimea airfield, the military airfield, and blowing up some fighter jets over there on the Tamarack. What did the Russians say? It was just an emergency, a fire, emergency situation. Yeah, and then when you see pictures, you say, okay, all right, extinguish from one to another. Another lie. Why? Because it showed their vulnerability, and you can't show that. So again, now, and what did they do? They moved those things up and did what? Retaliated a little bit here and there. So that shows, weakness. So again here, second time in the same month, if they would say, well, it was those guys hitting us. Really, in Siberia? How did they do that? You know what I mean? So they would say, oh, we're going to investigate it. Probably it was just a gas contamination. All right, and we are just tards. Okay. No, we're not like that. A criminal investigation was opened into this event, and a commission was created to examine the circumstances of the fire. That's one thing. And the other one, they will gather in a room, the important people, and say, now what are we telling these weasels outside, which is us? We're going to tell them the guys attacked, or we're going to tell them it was an explosion? What are we going to tell them? Which one is more profitable to us? That's going to be decided, regardless of the investigation. Even if the investigation is going to come out really that it was an accident, what's in Russia's advantage, that's what's going to be reported to us. If it's in Russia's advantage to say it was, I don't know, the cuckoos and the boo-boos an attack, then yeah, that's what's going to tell us. And then going to retaliate, reach and do whatever they wanted to do it in the first place, but they were waiting for a reason, you know? Like when, I don't know if you know, but when you meet thugs and you go on the street and the thug will say, hey, what the fuck are you looking at? You know, what the hell? Can I look at you? Oh, you're sneaky now, you're a smart ass. Boom, boom. It's just a reason, you know, that it can be imaginary or not. The same here. This could be a reason for the Russians to do something based on, like, remember, the Germans, the coup that occurs over there, what are they going to do? Try to take the little weapons that the Germans still have. The same here. It was the pandemic. What happened? All right, well, to protect us all, I guess. So to think that these guys in charge of us, our representatives, elected representatives, they are just over there to really represent us and protect our rights and our interests, that's the way it goes? Okay, all right, give me $20,000 today, I will give them tomorrow with an interest of 5,000%, okay? Tomorrow, we'll meet tomorrow. Give me the money today, I'm going to give it to you tomorrow. Oh, if you're so naive. But anyway, it's your right, and it's my right to be crazy. A criminal investigation, okay. For reference, Angarsk petrochemical company, which belongs to Russian oil giant Rosneft, is the largest oil production company in Siberia's east. Its output is 10.2 million tons of oil a year. Previously, a little less than 3 weeks ago, on 27th of November, another large-scale fire occurred on the company's premises. The authorities reported no casualties then, but never specified the cause of the fire. A special commission was established to find out why the plant caught on fire. Yes, why? Well, Emily, you're in a hurry. These guys are not going to give you the information who blew up the Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2 pipelines because it's going to be very uncomfortable, I guess. And you ask these guys to tell you after 3 weeks who blew up those guys? Or what accident occurred? Background: the number of major fires in Russia has grown lately. Pff, what a coincidence. Or maybe these guys are just paying too much attention now, are focused on it. Over the last 2 weeks, about 10 such fires took place: an oil refinery in Siberia, an oil depot in Bryansk Oblast, shopping malls in Moscow and Moscow Oblast, a thermal power plant in Perm, an oil facility at an airfield in Kursk, and the Slava plant in Bryansk Oblast caught fire. I think this happened every day in Russia. Last year, the year before, but we were not informed because we didn't have to. It was nothing important since they were not attacking Ukraine. Yeah, that's a possibility. And now every little fire is, oh my God, that must be the... That's true, could be. But I'm a little bit skeptical, okay? Why? Because I think it's a little bit too often, and it's a repeated situation in those guys over there. It's all these things, not all, but most of them are oil refineries and all that. You say, yeah, but that's where inflammable things are. That's true, that's true, that's true. But I'm just, you know, a little bit, you know, like the criminal who thinks that everybody is looking at. Oh, these guys know, God damn it. Oh, these guys know what. Anyway, what do you ask me that? What? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.